Man, so I gotta say something right quick.
Okay.
I just got back from Vision for Less.
Oh shoot, let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it.
Man, bro, my wallet hurt, bro.
what what happened? You don't got insurance, or they didn't pay
No,
you fully
man.
for it, or
So they pay so they make you so you get the frames and the lenses, right?
okay,
And so there are the special lenses, right? And those were the recommended lenses that I was supposed to get. But I can get the normal ones and I'll be fine.
right?
Bro, it was an extra like $80 for those. And I was like, nah, take them off. I
You
was
was
like,
having the
nah.
second thoughts, like,
I was like,
nah, bro.
nah, take them off.
Hey, not gonna lie to you. So it be me sometimes, like I can, for a good example, say like I can go out to like go treat myself to like a fast food restaurant or something like that, and I'm like, man, I'm finna get this and that, get there, and then when they tell me the dollar amount, I'm like, you know what? Let's take that off. Let's take that off.
Let me
Hey
just get a
Jordan,
water. Let me just get a water.
let me get a water. Matter of fact, hey, I'm on a diet anyway, and so let's let me get water.
Man,
I don't
man,
need the fries. Just take the fries off. I'm good.
man.
Just matter of fact, take the cheese off the burger too. I don't need none of that, man.
I just need meat and bread, bro. Like,
Just need them bread. That's all I need. That's all I need. All right, let me see.
oh man. Speaking of meat, I've been a vegan for about a month now. I have
Seriously?
phases. Yeah, I have phases that I go in and out of like different diets.
Okay.
Um, because you start to get more sensitive to everything as energy, so it's like food just becomes another kind of like
Yeah.
interaction with energy, just like talking to somebody every day. So
Yeah.
my diet has been pretty I guess what's the word? Uh, a lot. Diverse. It's been very diverse, and and I'll go like off and on different diets for different amounts of time. Um, I did basically, I guess it's been since about a month. I quit drinking too. I can't remember which day. See, that's the thing. I don't
Nice,
even.
bro.
See. That's the thing. Like, I don't. I trust myself deeply, and I trust my inner guidance, and
Mm,
so like I just know when it's time to stop shit.
mm,
Like I know that sounds weird, you know what I mean? But like
mm,
I'm really able to, for the most part, whenever I come into a situation where I'm like, okay, this is interjecting, or this is intercepting my thought processes. This is intercepting my, getting interfering with my goals.
mm-hmm.
As soon as I see that, I just cut everything out for a while. I always do like a fast, like a day or two fast, or I'll do like just like a juice fast, or I'll do like a watermelon kind of cleanse. Just different stuff to like get my cells back into a healthier shape. And then once I can do that and I can use my mind, then it's easier for me to make plans that can help develop me upwards in a healthy and efficient way versus like impulsively stopping something and then not being able to maintain it.
Mm,
See, like it's you've got to know the types of things you've got to trust in yourself to know that you can spontaneously quit something if it starts to interfere with your health.
mm.
Um, and that's honestly kind of a deep level of ourselves. A lot of at least me, I don't think I really found out until way later on than I should have. But anyway,
Man, I respect that. I really do, John. I respect anybody that's on a journey, of them trying to better themselves. Um, I guess I can say they can be very challenging, especially if you're going through it by yourself. If you don't have a support system, I don't know if you had that or not. To kind of cheer you on the way. I know for me, I never been into the drinking thing, but I mean, like I don't like it. I don't like how it make me feel. And some people call me like lightweight, which I own them to. I say I'm lightweight. But I just yeah, I never liked it, man. I don't like how it make me feel the next day being sluggish and whatnot. So I was like, yeah, that's not for me.
it's
But
not something to do often, and I really wouldn't do it until you've detoxified your cells to a point of rebirth. Once you have your first real like rebirth, then it's you can like kind of have a thing or two, because then you have that trust that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You have that um infinite that infinite sensation of awe, or of, just, man, the intensity of the direct experience of being is insane. It's no words really. But the thing is like, we still feel the need to kind of like use language to try to describe these things, to use
Mm-hmm.
thought processes as like sort of filters that can connect like nodes in the brain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you imagine us, we really we know this by physics. We're all like an electromagnetic field.
Mm-hmm.
We literally radiate an electromagnetic field, and we're actually all neutrons, protons, and electrons and shit. So it's like, if you're perceiving yourself as the electric aspect of yourself, more often than not, the way you perceive reality is going to be a lot different than people who are actually in the matrix of like, this is material, this is really physical, this is, you live and you die, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's, but it's like you said, it's a comma when you were talking about Matthew McConaughey, last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So I have to know. So my mom, she's a vegan. She's been doing it for I think about 2 to 3 years now. My stepdad, he kind of like you said, he kind of dipped into the water, kind of jump out. He go back and forth with it. I for sure congratulate him on that because I told him I was like, man, if that was my wife, I'm like, baby, I love you, but I'm gonna cheer you
yeah,
on. I'm gonna cheer you on from the
man.
sideline. I'm gonna cheer you on from the sideline.
I
But
get
baby
it.
girl, you got it. I believe in you.
I
But
get it.
that being said, how has it? You said it's been a month, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So how has that been going for you? Like within that
It's
the
been going
process?
good. It's been going good. A lot of ups and downs. That's one thing they don't really tell you about, is you really have to make sure that you don't that you keep up with your chemistry levels, like
Mm-hmm.
whenever you stop something so suddenly, you may be getting a lot of something that's really important for your body that you didn't really um know you were getting. And so when you stop it, it can really affect your levels. That's why
Kind of like
uh
a shock or something like that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why for me personally, always devotional prayer, using the
Mm-hmm.
Bible and other things, other holy books, and scripture, to as sort of like a technology and a tool, not in like a slave way, like use a tool like in a slave way, but think
Mm-hmm.
of them as like gateways. It's gateways back
Mm-hmm.
into the heart, you know.
Okay.
Um, and so yeah, at least that's what we're everything works for different, different things work for different people. So
Right, right. Nah, man, I'm a right now. I'm a meat and potato guy. Maybe who knows? Probably the next couple of years. I could want to jump on that train too, and think about being a vegan. But right now, man, like yeah, I'm a meat potato guy. Man, I love
I
my.
mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say, I would just say do like a 3 day I wouldn't say juice, do like a 3 day smoothie thing, where you
Mm.
just have a couple of smoothies a day. It can be anything you want, but for 3 days, just have a couple of smoothies, or you could have three smoothies if you really really wanted.
So just
Uh,
smoothies alone. So just drink smoothies alone. That's what you're saying,
yeah,
or just
yeah,
or
and you can supplement too.
okay.
Um, but like, just training your cells to like realize, oh, you can get these things in other sources, and sources that are a
Mm.
more direct and immediate effect.
I see what
You
you're
know,
saying,
um,
man. I can see myself doing it. I really can. I feel
yeah.
like I have like when it comes to the mental mindset of it, I'm pretty sure I'm strong enough to do it. But man, Jordan, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'd be hungry just eating the food I eat now, man, from work, working out
Yeah.
and
It,
stuff. So I feel like I don't get enough then. But yeah.
yeah. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with our gut bacteria and stuff like that too, because
Mm-hmm.
the gut craves a lot of stuff based on the diet that it's used to having. So like
Mm-hmm.
when you get used to a diet, your body is used to going to certain places to get certain energies. And
Okay.
so like when you change your diet up, the body has to reroute itself. That's how intelligent the body is. It has to reroute itself, and sometimes it can take a little bit of a time period for it to align to the way that it needs to be in order for you to be able to flow into the state that you're trying to get to through the diet.
Okay.
So like for me though, like I just perceive, like I was saying, most of the time I just experience everything like as energy. And so for me, it's I needed to be cleaner, like just I needed to
Mm.
be lighter, I needed to be
And I
less
respect that.
dense.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's not like a, I mean it's self-discipline like in anything else, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's I see a lot of people that not, I don't want to say over glorify, but I see a lot of people that kind of like glorify being a vegan or glorify being a
Yeah.
carnivore or like, and it's like, dude, really, it's all just energy. And like, there's a lot of studies that are coming out now how you really don't need very much protein if you want to be healthy. Now, if you're trying to just get as big as possible, then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
take your steroids and eat your meats, you know,
Yeah,
or
that's me. That's me. Eating a lot of
yeah,
meat, bro. Protein,
yeah,
protein bars, protein shakes. I'm on it, bro. I'm
yeah,
on it. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, even in like lower protein intakes, your body can still be in absolute shape, but you have to do things like exercise because
Mm-hmm.
see, people think that like exercise is like this it's this thing where it's like you're good at it or you're not, and it's like no,
Mm-hmm.
like you have to do it so that your cells can become more active and they can
Mm-hmm.
better perform their tasks. And also like the heart, it's like if you go on a mile run for every day for a certain length of time,
Mm-hmm.
your body learns how to shape itself through it. And so because it knows what to do whenever your body's in that type of stress, it knows much quicker where to go to get resources. So you can stay in a cleaner state for longer because it's used to being able to do stress, like stressful, a certain type of stress.
Yes, if that's true, how I take that and paraphrase that is like it's the human body we supposed to be active. We don't supposed to be lazy. We supposed to be active.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
what
the
that's what
body,
we're used for.
yes,
But yeah,
the body actually wants to be active. See, the
right.
thing is you're when if you're a physical thing, if you're a human, or
Mm-hmm.
for a human to be created, it needs
Mm-hmm.
materials, right? Spirit needs materials. So the first thing that happens is number one is, I guess you could yeah, you could say Mother Earth. So your spirit, before you come through the gate, I guess you could say, or the shape of Mother Earth, but when you resonate with that shape, like a part of your soul like vibrates in resonation with it because it's pushing itself into it. It's like it's making a marriage. It's inseminating to create a child. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So there, Mother Worth,
I'm
Mother
with you, Mother
Earth,
Earth. Yeah,
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 Mother Earth
yeah.
is essentially a womb for the
Mm-hmm.
information of the spark of spirit to gestate and to grow in and to
Mm-hmm.
become a true son of God. And so that's that's essentially the first realization that you come to, and that's usually understood through actually really it could be anything. For me, it was the fasting and meditation experience that I think we talked about that before. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
we did, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I when I did that, uh, I realized that spark within like my very cells, and so it's like that's that was the biggest, or that was the deepest rebirth that I've had thus far, or the most conscious like rebirth that I've had so far. Um, I know there are more and more and more experiences, but it's just like whenever you open up something that has a whole lot of information to it, it's like you open the can of worms, and it's like there's so much that you have to like come away from it for a while and let life happen, and then you have to experience life, and then you start understanding it and you can actually start making a shape of what it is.
Mm.
of like what it is to, for instance, like the Bible, right? So like when you're a kid and you read the Bible, you think it means all this stuff, and then you grow up, and then you're reading it from different states of mind as you grow up, and it's like, damn, these quotes mean something different every fucking time I read it.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So
that's facts. Yeah.
yeah, so but once we come away from it, then we have like a sort of a shape that we can make of it, and so then it makes us want to go deeper into it. So it's like, whoa,
Hmm.
if I understand that, then that means, and it triggers something on the inside,
Hmm.
and then your spirit starts to speak from the inside out. um so you know, those are things that are like necessary, absolutely, for you know, growth and development, as far as oh, because we were talking about, yeah. So once you come through that gate, right, or that,
Hmm.
you know, you make that resonation, all of the materials are basically pulled in to create you. So it's like, if you imagine that in your in your solar plexus, which is just under your chest, like just in like a, kind of the sternum area.
Hmm.
If you imagine breathing into that area from all directions, and if you want to use your imagination, I have a technique that came to me through my own personal practices, just imagining um, arrows, essentially. So arrows
Okay.
going up and down, forwards and backwards, like out the back of your head and to the
Okay.
side. So you have arrows that go out and arrows that go in. Okay. And
Dan
so,
Dance Revolution.
yeah, exactly. And
Bro,
so,
yeah.
exactly. And so
I'm
when
listening
you
down.
and so when you inhale,
Mm.
you imagine the arrows pointed out, and you inhale and it gets bigger, and so a ball starts to create in the middle. And
Okay.
then on the top of that inhale, you can, if you're able to like activate colors, you can activate a color, or you can, I just always use white light, and then I use white light to radiate all of the colors. I don't
Bro,
know if
I
that's
like
something that
that.
everybody does. I don't know if that's something everybody does, but like
Hmm.
that's something that I do, that helps me whenever I, so but anyways, you come in through the womb, and as you shape, basically all of the materials of earth are used to allow your shape to be a thing. So when you breathe, you're doing the same thing. Actually, you're pulling energy into the solar plexus, which is the animate willpower force of life. It's what makes you want to live. It's like your sun, if that makes any sense. The heart is like the grace, and like the devotional, Christ, the heart center. Just under that is the solar plexus. So when you're connected with the Christ through the heart, your solar plexus is radiated in a balanced and very uh, radiant and powerful way. And so your soul develops, and as your spirit develops, it essentially moves on to higher and higher octaves and experiences of reality as it learns to know itself.
Okay. That's
And you and there are cool things that I've heard from certain people who are deeper into it than I am, on
mhm.
YouTube. Matthias De Stefano is one of them. He's really cool. Um,
Okay.
but he remembers all of his past lives from Egypt and Atlantis and stuff.
Oh
And
wow.
and what he says lines up with what a channeled work in the 1980s says, by Ra, and which is basically, so it's basically the collective consciousness of Venus, because they've already evolved. They're past third dimensional form, essentially. Like, if you see where they've proven that there was life on Venus, they proved that there was life on Venus a long time ago, essentially.
Okay.
And but basically they're on they elevated very quickly, they say, because they, in their experimental creation, they didn't have thumbs. So they
Mm.
depended on people a lot more. They depended on each other. And
Mhm.
so that's why also Venus is associated with the goddess of love, and beauty and harmony and things of that nature. So, anyways, what they were saying was that in order to get to the level that, say, Jesus is at, or that a master is at like the seventh and eighth dimension, you can only use the third dimension basically to elevate yourself higher once you get to a certain point. Like if you get to the fifth dimension and you can't go any higher consciously, you have to consciously choose to come back to the third dimension to do more service, to build up enough energy to go to be able to perceive higher levels of consciousness. So it, it's a very interesting thing. That's why you can have deja vu, is because you're witnessing where the forward arrow is in the same place as the backward arrow. And so you're like, I've been here before, but I also know what's about to happen, but I've been here before.
And you
And
can't,
it
if for some reason you can't explain why you seeing this happen again, like
exactly.
developing again.
Exactly. It's because you consciously
Wow.
chose to come back and redo it again. It's just like everyday life, how, like I say, we find ourselves going through loops in life. You do the
Mm.
same thing, but from a higher perception of yourself as well. That's why the things that you say about the spiritual world actually are uh, not different than the material world. It's just sometimes we don't see the connection because we don't know enough about it, or we can't make enough connections enough about it to see it at first. So it's
Wow, that's yeah, no, that man, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look more into that. But I guess as I use the phrase to some people, you might have heard it. You probably said it too. When they say I zoned out, for good example, like it seemed like I do it a lot when I'm driving, and it usually be after a long day of me, just tiring day. I could be driving back home, and then I would consciously like just zone out, right?
body wants to be animated. That's what the point was. Um,
Okay.
so all of the materials that are necessary for a human to be made, your basically spirit animates in different in varying degrees of intensity.
Mm.
Um, or the soul distributes the intensity at the rate at which spirit is distributed, in a sense, perceptively, I guess you could say.
Mm.
Um, that's why you can feel the waves. You know what I mean? Instead of just pure fucking unfathomable just beingness. It when you go beyond the wave and it's just
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah,
that's all
what's
there
going
is.
on? Like, yeah, you can't explain it. You're just like, yeah,
It's
like,
like,
okay.
well, fuck. I'm an
Yeah.
observer, I
Yeah.
guess. The witness, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so the body wants to be animated. So actually, we are like, people say that they need to like go to mother nature to connect, and you do need to do that.
Mm.
I'm not saying don't do that, but what I am also saying is that mother nature is entirely inside of you, always. And so that's the thing, that like, because we're in a time where you might randomly find yourself in situations, because we're in the middle of chaos. So you
Mm.
might accidentally find yourself in an area that you weren't initially supposed to be in, and it is your right as a son of God, and as an infinite spiritual being, to be able to get yourself in a position where you're aware that you're infinite. If that makes any sense. Um, and Jesus used belief as the intermediary. He said, all of these breadcrumbs, if you believe them, then you will attain what I've attained and greater.
Mhm.
You know, that's why if you say that, you develop a religion, especially if you're that man. Because if you're that
Mhm.
man, then like, your magnetic force is so strong that people have to. Like that's why the word Christianity, when you say that, it's just like there's a split. Because like because he already overcame the split that is that we're now seeing unravel, like how it mends itself. It's like,
Mhm.
that's what he's saying. The good news is, he's saying that it's already mended. It's just you have to withstand the unraveling. That's why in the Gnostic Gospels of Thomas, um he says, what exactly did he say? Let me see. I actually think I have it pulled up still. Let me minimize this really quick.
Gnostics. What does that mean?
So it's an old term that essentially meant well, it's based on the word gnosis, and the word gnosis essentially is knowledge, which was in those times it meant like direct experience with the divine.
Oh,
Fire upon the world, and look, I'm guarding it until it blazes. That's why he says that. He's like, I have the spiritual fire of the Son of God, and I will burn away all of his sin, and I will watch this place burn in that beautiful, like, alchemical, transmutive power of God until it's complete. So he's saying, yes, I've overcame it, and I will stay here until it's mended completely, until we all come back together, and then we're able to go into the next octave of experience. That's when we get to Star Trek. Where we get to go, where we get to consciously as human beings go to different places as Earth, and like, because it's we are Mother Nature. We are the most animative. We're the most capable. We have the most ability to manipulate reality as a physical animated thing based
mm,
on like we are literally plants and materials and salts and just all of that stuff in motion. Like that's what the spirit's doing. Like so we've already experienced ourselves as these solid materials that we see around us, and we developed ourselves rhythmically in such a way that we came together as this creation called
mm.
a human. So we're animated. And so obviously it takes a lot of spiritual energy to animate something. I mean, think about it like timelines. Like think about it like you know those post-it notes? How
Yeah, yeah.
like if you draw a ball, you know, in one position and then you draw it on another position like coming down, and then you
Hmm.
flip the pages and it looks
And it
animated. It
kind
looks
of,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
foam.
yeah.
That's exactly how it works. It's like everything you see actually isn't smooth, even though it feels smooth because you have life force. It's actually frame by frame. So you can actually change your reality immediately. It's you moving into different time frames that changes which time frame on the outside happens to you.
It's the I thought it was very interesting. It's the one that talked about the pizza owner.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read it out. So the pizza owner, he wrote a note. He said, "To the people eating out of my garbage, I have more love for you than you think. Please just come in and tell me you're hungry, and I'll forever give you fresh slice of pizza plus fresh water to drink. God bless." Man,
Mm, man, bro.
when you see something like that, Jordan, or hear that, what how does that make you feel, like, to see that,
Man,
man, to know
it
people are out there, caring and loving like that.
bro, it makes me feel really good. It really does. And it makes me feel it reminds me of a time when I just moved back to town.
Hmm.
This was some years ago now. I don't even 4 or 5, maybe 6, 7 years. I don't even know.
Hey, you telling your
But
age, man, you telling your age.
yeah, I ain't telling
Oh
shit.
man.
I'm I'm 125. What you mean?
Hey man, hey, you look good, no homo, you look good, man.
Yeah. For
I'm listening.
125. I still got 345 more years.
Woo, okay,
Nah,
okay.
I ain't got that long. I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna tap out eventually. But anyway, anyway, uh, it reminds me of a time I came back and I had I have not seen this man since I was in high school. Man, it was one of my friends. I don't want to say names or anything, but it was
Mhm,
one of my friends, and we didn't really hang out much, but I just knew him,
mhm.
and he's like, "Hey, yo, so and so from high school's at the door. Can you come in?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I haven't seen him since high school."
Mhm.
And he came in, and he had been essentially homeless for a long time, and he got bad off into drugs and stuff. And I
Mm,
was like, "Oh man, okay, I see."
yeah.
And dude, I had just I don't remember if I had went through that full experience yet, but I was definitely into the psychology, and I was taking psychedelics at the time too. So
Okay. Okay.
just want to make that known.
Okay.
So
I like the honesty,
I was
but
all about love, dude. I was like, damn, dude, that fucking sucks, man. Anytime you need to come over, man, and you know, it's cool. But it's
right.
like, but it's like this dude had to develop a completely different way of maneuvering through reality, like his nervous system to survive through survival and stuff like that. With it, because you get on those drugs and then you try to stop, dude, and then it's like it's so much worse than just stopping eating meat. You know what I mean? Like I have a
The
friend.
withdrawal.
Yeah, I have a friend. Like he called me one time, dude, and like he was, and I felt so bad. I truly did. It broke my heart because there was nothing I could do. You know, and like but he was like, dude, like I wanna like go to the emergency room, but they just turn me around, you know, and it's like, you know, they just tell you, you know, like you're open, you know, you're withdrawn and they, you know, drink fluids, you know, and he was telling me he was just like in pain, dude, and like shaking and like I can't remember exactly how, but it just I remember feeling like just really heartbroken that I couldn't like do anything. And so it's sometimes I think that we don't take enough time to kind of like realize what's really happening, bro. Like they want us to be so fast paced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want us to be so fast paced. And we forget to love, man. And so anyway,